Hello everyone, welcome back to our third installment of Sengoku Dynasty. It's a very bright and beautiful day by the look of it. So let's just see what today brings us. I'm going to recap briefly. We now have our wood resource shed. So I'm just going to go have a little look. And this is where all the wood items are kept. So I've moved everything across. A couple of items I picked up en route. Let's move them across as well. So you've got like all your logs. Charcoal, sticks, planks, and so on there. So it's along the same sort of lines as we did with the food resource, in that all the food resource items are in that unit, and then everything else in the general unit. And then whenever the villagers are doing stuff for you, so basically whenever they're collecting items for you, it will go into the relevant resource shed. So beforehand, until the wood resource was built, anything that was kind of like any logs or anything was put into the general storage, but now it will go into the wood resource. So we go over to the general resource shed. Have a look. You'll see it's virtually nothing in it. There is still some logs in here because trying to transport them over is quite heavy. When I mean heavy, I mean slot heavy. So, I mean, I can move these across now. This wouldn't hurt. So we'll do that. They do take up one slot apiece. But everything else in here now is general storage, as it should be. Okay, so we're just going to put them across there. Now, while I'm doing that, you might notice that the lagging slightly eased up. Hopefully, long may it continue. The reason is I've actually change the settings to as low possible, so low video settings, in a sense that the details are quite low and things like that. Hopefully, like I said, it will continue as is, but that's kind of where we're at with this. So we're going to have a quick chat to this guy here. And we're just So we're just going to talking to Toshichi about the two people that I have helped. So we've got one more to talk about. In the meantime, there's one other thing. It says, I'm so tired. He's been honest. He says, look a bit tired, a bit dirty, if I'm honest. May I suggest a visit to the hot springs? So whenever someone says to you about something and suggests you go somewhere, I would recommend making a note of it. And this is what I found the first time I played this. It was suggested to go a certain location, and because it wasn't part of a quest, it was only part of a conversation, it didn't appear in the quest screen. So that's a bit of a downer, because then you can remember, unless you've written it down or can remember offhand or do it straight away, you're not going to know exactly what it was that was said. So basically he's saying go to Kenyo's camp and follow the road away from the river. So make a note of that, so road away from the river. This is the camp we're going to for the third and final quest on the locals. So it's actually handy to do both at the same time. And this is why I've done this, because again in the first game, this is what I missed out on. And then you've got to ask for someone by the name of Kane. Okay, now I just want to check the timing. I think it's night time, so let's just double check, because if it is, it's on the map, it is night time. So what we'll do is we'll come back in the morning and sort that out in the morning. So I shall see you all in the morning. Okay, so we had a nice long sleep. I put 11 hours on the clock, as you would have seen on screen. I'm just going to try and get something to eat in as well. That's good. Okay, so let's head on over to see Kenyo. Kenyo is our third and final person on the locals quest. I just want to check before you go heading off in the direction of the icon at the top of the screen in yellow. It is, I find, better to check on the map whereabouts you're going and just zoom in. And rather than just going head first, it's probably good to just follow the roads. So this is what I'm going to do. This road here will take us all the way down. It will take us past Chimomi and then literally follow the road down until you get to here. And at least then you hopefully will avoid most of the animals that are hidden in the forest. So once I get there, I will rejoin you. Okay, so we're back in. I've been looking around for the hot springs, and I've been looking online, and it doesn't look like it seems to be around. People say certain conflicting stories. So as it doesn't form part of a quest, we're going to leave it be and move on to our actual quest. There was a trader there that I did some business with. It has started lagging again. Now that may be because I've been doing a lot of running, so I'm going to just amble for a second. And then we'll go from there. I've been running around quite a bit. I also saw a trader en route, which I managed to get rid of some of my seashells, so coin to the good. Okay, let's go and see our friend Kenya, which is on top of the tower here. Let's have a chat to him. So he's looking after, or should I say, he's trying to train up some young whippersnapper in his paraphrasing mind. Yeah, he's not the most pleasant of people. So let's go down over here. And we're going to find where he is. We're going to change the quest to tracking, because it's now to do with the young lad. He's over here somewhere. Oh, what's this here? Pick up some more eggs while we're at it. So it's always good to pick up these eggs as you go along. They do come in very handy for food when you cook them up. Right, here he is. Right, so basically he said, yes, he told me to hunt and bring him 3 pieces of cooked meat to make me tougher. He said it's really hard. Then he talks about his family. Okay. So what we need to do now is to go and find an animal or two. Okay, so we've done the hunting. I'm going to give him cooked meat. Now, hopefully he'll take what's actually in my supply rather than me having just to cook some fresh. And he then comes back and says, oh, and I'll take it to him straight away. And they say, have you eaten today? So don't worry. He said, don't worry about me. Since Mum and Dad died, I've got used to it. I can go 2 days without food, you know. Kenjo said it's a sign of discipline. So I'm going to give it to, this time I'm going to, because last time I actually gave it to the young lad and then I had the other guy became an enemy. This time I'm going to do it the other way around. And I'm going to talk to Kenjo. There we go. So here we go. And then we'll just see whether or not doing the different option this time will make him a little bit more amenable. And it looks like he's been slightly more amenable than he was previously, so that's in one way a good sign, in another probably not so good. Hopefully he will look after the young lad. So we're going to head back over to our town, or village rather. We're going to head back over to the village and see what is available. Just going to see if it's worth picking up while I'm here. Sometimes it is. There's some sake to pick that up. And there probably is another one there as well, I think. Is that empty? No, it's empty. That's fine. So we've got something to take away with us anyway. So here we are, home sweet home. Into the village, see what we got. Okay, so he's now saying his sister would like to join the village, and I think she's now nearby. In the meantime, there's a couple of alerts that have come out, so let's go into the legend section. And as you can see, there's a perk to unlock, so we're going to unlock this one. The craftsman, there's one to unlock, so we're going to unlock that one. And there's also one of the warrior, so we're just going to pick the one we need. Look at that one. So that's the one with the fat. And the shrine we've already done for now. Okay. So let's go and have a chat with Sayuri. Sayuri is someone I did notice. Another refugee has just turned up as well, which is useful. So let's have a talk to her. Okay, so we're going to find a location for her to live in. At the same time, we will also have that refugee that's wandering around. So it's the same. Okay, so we're going to see if we can find a location for Sayuri to live in. May not be enough places to live yet. Let's have a look. No, we haven't. So we'll need to build a couple of new houses, or at least something for someone to live. But we'll build a house first of all, and then we'll go from there. So hammer onto the rescue. House. One small house. We'll put it next door to the next one. There we go. Look at that. Quickly build it. And again, we'll just go in, we'll quickly run round. Put a window in the back one here. So you've got windows on every wall then, which is quite nice. One roof. And again, we'll put another bed in, because if we're putting Sayuri in here, then we will, as part and parcel of the game, I would imagine the same as Medieval Dynasty, because I haven't actually got that far yet. They'll need to think about pairing up at some point, so we'll put another bed in now. There we go. At least that's somewhere for her to stay. Right, so we can come out of this menu now. Right, let's go into the Dynasty map. And we'll put her in home. Now, she's currently going to be unemployed. Now, there is a reason why I'm leaving her unemployed at the moment, as another part of the quest is to rebuild the bridge leading out of Suzuki. There's another refugee here. And well, he can go straight into the same home we've just had. So we'll put him in with Sayuri. That's the only space that's available. So we'll get him working. I think in the woodworker there is, yeah, there is. Okay. So we've got one doing logs. What we'll do with this one is we'll do this one doing firewood. And the reason why I want to do that is because we will need to build firewood and potentially planks in due course. So we'll do a plank one as well. And possibly log from a fruit tree and log from a paper tree. Now this needs an adze. I haven't built any adzes in recent times, so we'll make some adzes up in a moment. What I can see down at the bottom here is that our meal consumption is now going to be in the negative, so hopefully we'll start to build up more as we go along. We've got plenty in stock at the moment. Right, so let's craft some ads. There we go. And we'll do 5 for now. And then we'll put them in the storage unit. And that's that done. What I'm also going to quickly do is I need to have some food. So if I craft up some meat, why he keeps coming into my house I don't know, especially when he's got his own house now. So I'll have a munch on that. And we'll get rid of some items that we no longer need to carry. So straw goes into general storage. As well grass, bit of fur, fishing net, because we'll need that later on. Okay, and there'll be some other items that need to go in the food storage, which is over here. So we'll put in those. The eggs. And then I'll take back out some of the eggs for myself. And then that's that. I've got a feeling it's getting towards the evening, so we won't go over to the bridge tonight. No, we won't. What we will do is I'll have a look and see whether we are able to build a kitchen. And we are. And also a workshop. So we want to build both of those. We'll start with the kitchen first. Now the reason why I want to start with the kitchen first is it gives us a bit more scope. When we get a villager in there, they can do meals. Right, let's just move around and see where we can put the kitchen. Right, let's just cut this tree down first of all. For some reason it doesn't want to cut down. Oh, because it's harvest, that's why. This is the tree. And harvest the bush. Now, does that mean we can... We'll put the kitchen here because there's a tent here. I think that's someone's tent. Actually, it was my tent. No, we can destroy that. So we'll demolish that. Great, gone. Now we can look to build the kitchen. It's around the back to go in, probably. There we go. We'll do 3 ways in. I go inside. I'll put a window in this one. Just go around here. This is, they call it the exterior stage, which I'm presuming is where people sleep. Apologies if the screen cuts in. Yeah, so perfect. So you've got someone who can sleep in here. You've got this general storage. You've got the beverage storage, which we're not yet ready to open up. And you've got the food storage. So when they're cooking, they can cook out of what's in the units without having to walk from one area to another. Now, if my memory serves me right, when we were wandering around, there was somebody else that was as a refugee. I have a feeling it might be over here. Well, I thought so anyway. Okay, so we'll go into morning and then we'll have a look from there. So in the meantime, let's have a look. Oh, he's in my room again. I have no idea why he's doing it in my room. Ah, who is this? There we go. Perfect. So we now have another person in the village. So again, population into the kitchen, and then they'll be unemployed at this point in time. So again, we'll do exactly the same there. Go into the kitchen. Now we've got eggs being collected, so definitely want to put eggs. We want gobo because that's also being collected. What I would say is probably bring the values down at the moment. So although we put in max, it depends on how many eggs are being collected in storage. I think we might be alright, but we'll do that anyway. Right, cooked meat and cooked fish. We haven't got the hunter yet, so there's no point doing the cooked meat or the fish. So we'll leave it as is at the moment because if you look down the bottom of the screen on Dynasty, we have got plenty of meals going on here. Ironically, the beverages has just shown up, and so has the heating. You may recall in the previous video, beverages is your liquid, and heating is to do with your firewood. So having all your firewood made up, which is why with the carpentry shed, we said about putting someone to do firewood, so we can make enough firewood up and keep it running. Beverages, we're going to need the water, but before we do that, we're going to head over to do the rebuild the bridge. So we're going to head over there. Here's the site. Okay, just going to click on this. Okay, so it says completion will restore the bridge and increase your Dynasty legend level. Build a special project construction workshop nearby, which is in the basic structures menu, and then follow the main quest from there. So Hammer it comes. Basic structures, special, bang there, finish it off. It's all done and dusted, ready to go. You need just to assign a worker. So we're going to assign one worker. This is the one that's currently not working. And it says seasons remaining until special project is completed 1. And then once it's completed, we get Dynasty and Legend XP of another 1,000, which will then raise our points quite dramatically to the next level. Okay, so we can leave that one to get on and do that. Just going to go back to the tool. Right, so they are ready to use now, so we can do that. I'm going to put that back a bit though to 4. There we go. Perfect. And then we've just got the worker who is heading over. They'll be on their way over shortly. Let's head then back into town. If we go the right way. Here we go. I say town, it's a village. I will get used to it. Don't worry. And what we'll look at now is to see whether we are able to start building a well. I'm not certain whether we can yet. I think it's level 9 we need. Let's check our legend level anyway. Or level 6. Okay, so we're going to open up the menu. We're going to go into village structures, and there's the well. Yeah, so it needs level 9, or you can buy it for 1,000 coins. I don't think I need that at the moment. What I will do is I'll have a look in the shed, the storage shed, as I've got a distinct feeling that there might be some liquid in there that we can put in the beverage storage that we can make. No, we haven't. So we haven't got anything to do with liquid apart from sake, and that ain't going to last long. Okay, so we'll leave that be for now. We'll just finish off with the workshop. So we're just going to do the workshop now. I want to clear away some grass here. Now, luckily, in my tools, I now have what they call a karma. Now, a karma is a type of sickle. And I'm going to equip it. And the good thing with the karma, takes out quite a few at the same time, so you don't need to collect them one by one. That does mean that we can start although what I will say, if it's a singular on its own piece of grass, then I wouldn't bother with the tool. Simple fact being is that you're wasting the tool's usage. Okay, so that'll do for now. Okay, so we should be able to now, with a hammer, and we're going to go into buildings, production buildings, and your workshop, and then we'll just kind of stop us from, there we go, look at that. So we'll just quickly do that. And again, it has access to the beverage, which we don't have made yet, but it will do eventually. We have a sleeping bed, so someone can sleep in here while they're working. I'm just going to also check to see whether we can put an additional, so we've got one working table there, and one working table there. So does that mean there's 2 in here? I don't think it does, I think it means only 1. So let's have a look again for the furniture. It's production buildings furniture. We're going to go to the workshop and ask for another table. and we'll turn it around, so give it a bit of a rotation. So we do now, so it is one table there, and that's one table there, so we now have room for 2 people to work in here, but only 1 to sleep. Okay, so there we go. We have a workshop. We now have our kitchen to add on to the previous buildings that have been built before. The task to do the bridge is underway, so that should be done in the next video. There's a warning signal in the top left hand corner, so let's check this screen out. We go into Dynasty, we go into Jobs, and that's because there's just no workers, that's why. Everything else should be fine. Yeah, everything else is all okay. Right, so we're going to call it a day on this video now. Hope you like what you've seen. Again, we're still early days in this, and forgive me as well, again, I've only played this for a few seasons previously, so I'm learning more each day as well. So we're learning together, but hopefully the content that's being shown on screen is to your enjoyment and you are learning something from it. If you like what you see, please do click the like button and subscribe. If you've got any comments, again, put some comments in there. Any suggestions, anything you want to kind of go over that we've not covered in this short period of time, as remember there'll be a lot of stuff that's not yet done or not able to be done, and we'll address that as and when each one arrives. In the meantime, thank you very much indeed for watching.